Guys, I am so excited for today's video. First, I'm going to be testing out and showing you my new vacuum that I absolutely love. So I'll be giving a review on that. I'll be making a one-pot meal, decluttering and organizing in my bathroom, and doing some deep cleaning. Oh, and there'll be definitely some real life messes I'll be sharing with you. So I hope you're ready. We are going to get this done together. Guys, welcome to Jamie's Journey. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you've been here for a while, I guess either way, if you've been here for a while, if you are new, thank you for being here. And it is a snowy, cold day, and I was ready to get moving. The girls were at school. I have a 7-year-old, she's in school full time, and then twin 3-year-olds, they're almost 4. They are in school a couple days a week for a couple of hours. So this was on one of the mornings when they were at school, and I was just trying to pick up the living room and the kitchen. So what you're going to be seeing in today's video is I'm going to be decluttering and organizing in our bathroom, and then I'm also going to be deep cleaning the bathroom for the first time. And actually that footage I had shot I think a week or 2 ago, but and I was going to put it in last week's video, but that video ended up being way too long, so I saved it for this week. So deep cleaning in the bathroom for the first time, cleaning my shower for the first time, and then finally sharing with you the new vacuum I got around Christmas time, and sharing all about it and what I love about it, some things I don't love about it, and I don't know, I think this is going to be a really good vacuum that you guys may even want. So this was one of the mornings where I was trying to clean up a little bit from the night before. The goal is usually to at least pick up stuff from the countertops and do a quick vacuum and a spot mop if I don't have time for anything else. That's always the goal every single night. But real life happens, and it just didn't happen the night before. Everything got left for the morning, so I was utilizing this free time that I had to clean that. And I do want to say this right now. I talked about it in last week's video, but I could not believe how many questions I still got on that video about why we don't have window treatments. So until we get window treatments, I will probably sound like a broken record. I'm just going to keep saying it because people just kept saying, why don't you have window treatments? Where are your curtains? You need curtains. So it takes 6 weeks for window treatments to come in. We have shades. We have blinds coming in. We will be hanging curtains eventually, but I want to wait until we get the blinds first. But it takes 6 weeks to get them in, and we weren't able to order them until we got in the house. And when we first got in the house, it was like a week or 2. We were just focused on getting settled and unpacked, and then we put in the order for the window treatment. So it will be here. I think 6 weeks at that from when we ordered will be around the first week in March or so. So just wanted to throw that out there because I got so many questions on last week's video, even though I talked extensively about it. So these window panes are getting so dirty because of all of the dirt outside. Luckily right now it's been extremely cold. I think it was 16 degrees this morning. It's been cold, so the ground has frozen, which has helped, but we have all like basically mud, which I'm kind of dreading when the ground unfreezes. It'll all turn to mud again. A lot of dirt, a lot of mud, and that kind of gets kicked up on the windows. So I was going through and actually washing those for the first time, and I used the spray weight glass cleaner, and then I followed up with a dry e-cloth, a glass and polishing cloth. So I went in first with the spray way with a dry regular microfiber cloth, and then followed that up with a dry e-cloth that is a glass and polishing cloth. E-cloths are not the same as regular microfiber cloth. With the regular microfiber cloth, you have to use a spray cleaner, and e-cloth, you don't have to use a cleaner at all. So that's kind of been my new combo with windows, so just wanted to share that. So I know a lot of you guys have been asking about my new vacuum. Like I said, I got it around Christmas. I got a really, really good deal. And so I've been testing that out, and I kind of wanted to really try it out for a couple weeks before I gave my thoughts and opinions on it. And I will tell you that I think it's a really, really good vacuum. Now, I still love my Tinco and my Shark Upright Apex Uplight vacuum, and this is something that it's a common question I get asked, and I think it's a misconception when it comes to vacuums. I think a lot of people just assume that all Shark vacuums are, like if I recommend a Shark, that all Shark vacuums are great. If I recommend, or not necessarily me, but people like lump brands together, and I think try to look at it as more of it's a vacuum by vacuum basis. So I don't think all Shark vacuums are great. I don't think all Tinco vacuums are great, or all Dyson vacuums are great. I think it's all dependent on the specific vacuum. I have tried vacuums from all three of those brands that I did not like, but I also have vacuums from all three of those brands that I love. So keep that in mind, that when you're looking for a vacuum, you're going to want to look for a specific vacuum that fits your situation. And it's not just all Sharks, at least in my opinion. It's all based on the specific vacuum. So a lot of you guys know that we moved in about a month ago, and I've slowly been unpacking a little bit at a time. This was filmed a couple weeks ago, and I've been trying to say that, in my videos, that this is like all of this cleaning is just stuff that's been going on over the past couple of weeks. This certainly did not get done all in one day or all in one week. So just keep that in mind if you're decluttering spaces in your homes. Here's my advice for you. If you're decluttering, or if you have a space in your home that you just feel so overwhelmed and you don't know where to start, just get started. Do not wait for the perfect time. Don't even worry about how long it takes you. I am telling you, it is a marathon, not a sprint. You do not have to get something done in one day, 1 week, or a month. All that matters is that you're making progress. Even if it's you put in 10 minutes every day or 10 minutes once a week, that is okay. So I think that's really, really important to note. So it was kind of like a puzzle. I was just trying to put things where I think they should go, but I know that I'll probably eventually move things around as the weeks go by and we learn to live in this house and we learn what makes the most sense and where to put things. So I was just trying to put things where I think they should go, and then this stuff was all going to go into the linen closet, which is a disaster right now. Like if you open our linen closet, stuff will fall out, but that's not even on my radar right now at all. Okay, so let's talk the high point and low point to my week. I like to share that weekly, just to kind of talk about something that's not necessarily cleaning or things like that. So the high point is that I finally feel like I'm unpacked enough and things are somewhat settled. So here I'm going to actually I'll get back to the high point and the low point to the week here in a minute, but here I was finally able to clean the bathroom for the first time. And let me just tell you, you realize like when you're in a new space, how much longer it takes you to clean because you don't have that routine down. Like in the old house, I had cleaned my bathroom, my shower so many times. You already know what cleaners you need or what tools you need. You know where to stand or where to bend or how to do this or that. And cleaning this bathroom took me so long to clean just because this was the first time I was actually cleaning it. And I know I'll get in a rhythm eventually, but it took me so long to clean as I was figuring out what cleaners I needed and all of that. Okay, so going back to the high point. No, let's talk about low point first. The low point is we have been very emotional in this house. Maybe that's the nature of raising 3 girls, but emotions have been up and down all week long. I think at this point in the year, we're in February, everyone's getting tired of being cooped up in the house. We try to get the girls out as much as we can. I do when I'm home with them, or on the weekends, we try to get out at least once a day, even if it's just to go get groceries or, run off some steam like we went bowling the other weekend, we saw a movie, and just try to do things with the girls. But I just think they're starting to get restless. We're ready for some sunshine, some vitamin D, and everyone just seems tired and emotional, and it's just been a draining week to say the least. So if you're with me, you understand. We're in this together. Okay, I'll talk about my high point here in a minute. Okay, so before we get to that high point, so this is the shower glass door, and I was using Dawn Power Wash. So I've heard this is a great cleaner for shower glass doors, but then also with all of the tile, it's really important to use a cleaner that's not going to damage it. And so Dawn it's pH neutral. So it's safe to use on tile. It's not going to ruin it. So I first went in with the Dawn Power Wash, and then I realized how much Dawn Power Wash I was going through. And I do make my own. You can make your own Dawn Power Wash. There's recipes out there, but sometimes I do just buy it. And I'm like, this is going to end up being so expensive. So I ended up just putting some regular Dawn dish soap. It was like the platinum kind. I put that in a spray bottle with some hot water, and then I ended up using that. And to be honest with you, that was a lot cheaper and it worked great. So I did use the Dawn Power Wash on the doors, and then I went in to scrub it with a Scrub Mommy sponge. So that's what I was doing. If you guys have any other suggestions, let me know. But that's what's working right now. I know that I kind of wanted to start out with like a mild cleaner and then move up from there if I need like something like the pink stuff or the Scrub Daddy Power Paste or Barkeeper's Friend or things like that. Okay, so high point to my week. I finally feel that I'm settled enough that I can start focusing on the little things that I want to do. I haven't loved our bedding. I mean, you guys know I've wanted a new comforter for a while, but I was like, I'll wait till we get into the new house because I'll kind of want to decorate the new bedroom. So finally we're here, and I'm going to treat myself to some new bedding. I do want to decorate the room. The room is very bare. I do want to get to that eventually, but it's just not a project I want to tackle. I think I'm still like groggy from moving and all of that, so I have no desire to tackle that now, but I'm going to start doing it, I think, little by little. So I think here in the next couple of weeks I'm going to get some new bedding, new pillows, throw pillows, and a comforter. So stay tuned for that, and I'm just really excited.
I wanna hold your body close to me. I wanna take you where you've never been. Swear I won't break your heart and I won't let you down. Yeah, maybe we can dance the night away. You got me feeling like a hurricane. 'Cause now it's up in the rain. You're all that's on my mind, my mind. Think I've got fire running through my veins. 'Cause when you touch me, I burst into flames. I don't know what it is until it's
So I know you guys you probably have already commented, but the one thing that I know we need now, as soon as I was done cleaning the shower, I told Mike we need to get a handheld shower head. So we have 2 shower heads, and we only really use one. So I told Mike, we're going to need to get a handheld shower head because it was a pain in the booty to keep coming out of the shower, filling up. That's the girls' little bucket that we use to rinse off their hair in the bath. I had to keep getting out, filling it up in the bathtub, and then going in. And then what I was doing was I was taking it. You can do this with the regular cup as well. I was taking it, then I would almost turn it so the top was flush with the wall, and then I would just go along the wall, and it was kind of like a waterfall. And so that was kind of nice because then it wasn't splashing up on me as much. But I told Mike we need to get a handheld shower head so I can easily clean this. It would just save me so much time. This is my electronic scrubber. It's nice because I don't have to bend over and scrub if I don't want to. And you know, there's a lot of white tile, and I wanted a white and bright bathroom, but I knew I was a little bit nervous that I would see soaps come very easily. And to be honest with you, this is probably embarrassing, but when we moved in, I think we showered in this shower for 3 maybe 3 or 4 weeks before I actually cleaned it for the first time. I know that's so bad, but it is what it is. And it didn't get, I mean, there were a few tiles that looked a little discolored, but it didn't get as bad as I thought. So far, I guess knock on wood, though, I'm not regretting the white tile at all. I would have thought it would have gotten more soap scum in 3 or 4 weeks, especially in the first couple of weeks. We didn't have shower curtains in the girls' bathroom, so they were showering in our bathroom. So our family of 5 was essentially showering in here. You know, a shower was getting ran 3 times a day, and I mean, it didn't get bad at all, so it makes me feel pretty good. But I was kind of doing the same thing here as I was doing with the windows. I was going through cleaning it either with the Dawn Power Wash and then rubbing it with the e-cloth, the glass and polishing cloth, and then I went in on the outside with the Sprayway glass cleaner, the squeegee, handheld squeegee, and then the glass and polishing cloth to top it off.
Think I've got fire running through my veins. 'Cause when you touch me, I burst into flames. I don't know what it is you do to me. Now we're just dancing in this burning room. There's something in the way you look at me that tells me you are all I'm ever needing. I don't know what it is you do to me. Now we're just dancing in this burning room.
So, I don't even know if you guys can help me with this, but Mike and I were trying to decide where to put the the toilet paper holder. So in our old house, it was on this side, and you probably can't tell, but when you're sitting here, you're sitting back. If you put it here, you're actually twisting a little bit, and I know that sounds really petty, and you can't really tell. Like from this angle, it looks like it would just be equal. But when you're sitting here and you go to turn, you do have to twist, I feel like a little unnaturally, right to put it right here. And then Mike and I are both right-handed. So naturally you're like, well, it would just be better here. But then it's like in the middle of the wall and it looks horrible. So the other option, in the downstairs bathroom, we have one of those holder, like those stands, which I'm still on the fence with downstairs because the kids move it around and I'm afraid of them banging it on the wall or the baseboards or the floor. So for right now, that's how we're leaving it down there. But it's hard down there because you need to place the toilet paper holder in a way where the kids can still access it. So anyways, we thought about that, which would be totally fine in here, but this little, it's called a water closet, I think that's what you guys told me. It's already pretty small. It's a lot smaller than our old area, which is fine because you don't need like a big space for your toilet. But of course you need a little garbage can, which we have. And then you need a place to store your toilet paper. And then our plunger, we always kept in this bathroom because I obviously don't want it in the downstairs bathroom. I also don't really want it in the kids' bathroom because I don't want them messing with it by chance. So, I mean, that's already a lot of things to put in there. I guess I could put a basket up there full of toilet paper and just put trash can, plunger. I mean, the problem is I could put the plunger in a closet because it doesn't get used very often, but the closet is carpeted. Maybe in a bucket, I don't know. So thoughts, opinions, toilet paper hole, would it look really random in the middle of that wall? Okay, that's that.
Watch me, just follow every move. Touch me, let me know you want it too. Don't know what you need, but I got what you want, babe. No, we don't have to leave the
so here soon we're going to be getting to that new vacuum. I wanted to wait and go into more details about it. Like I said, there's certain things that I love about it, some things I'm like, but overall it is a pretty good vacuum, so I'll be showing you all of that here next. All right, and I'll just quickly show you guys because you're gonna see this in the background. It is an eyesore, yes it is, but this is just something I'm letting go. I really don't care. That's a lie, I do care, but I don't care that much. I'm just letting it go right now. Mike is getting new shelving in his closet, and so all of his clothes will go in there. So until that happens, I'm not concerned. And again, I guess that's one of the beauties of having a big closet is I can let it be a mess. I wish I could shut the door, but my dresser is here. I was trying to decide if I wanted to keep the dresser or not. And I know I could get rid of it, but this closet is huge. And so what I think is when Mike moves all of his clothes, I'll put it here because all of my clothes fit on this back wall. I could obviously put some of the clothes up there, but I don't know. I mean, it might be nice to kind of have a place where I can set clothes. I mean, not like this necessarily, but you know, like sometimes you'll wear like a sweatshirt that's not dirty. You just wear it for a couple of hours. At least that's what I do sometimes to cut down on laundry, or if you have like a robe or something, it's just nice to be able to have a place to set it aside. So I think right now I'm gonna move it over there. So until that happens, this is just what we're dealing with. I will eventually organize this a little bit better, but absolutely no rush. So just wanted to address this. It is a mess. It's an eyesore, yes, but that's okay. We'll get to it eventually. So, hey guys. So I just got the twins down for a nap and I'm gonna do some vacuuming with my new vacuum. I'm so excited to share it with you. I really, truly love it. And I do want to tell you, I still love my Tinco. I do. But if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that we have, or I had a Dyson stick vacuum. I've had that for probably like 6 or 7 years and I loved it, loved it, love it, love it. But with any vacuum, it runs its course. And I wanted to get a vacuum that I could keep upstairs and downstairs. And I watched this YouTube channel, which if you guys have ever messaged me about a vacuum, I probably have recommended this YouTube channel. It's called Vacuum Wars, and this man does reviews on various vacuums. And I would never want to recommend a vacuum that I've personally never tried. And I've only tried like a handful of vacuums, if that makes sense. But this man tests out various vacuums. He puts them through crazy tests. So I just think it's a good resource, and I say this all of the time. I will say it again because I get so many people who are like, why'd you get a new vacuum? Don't you love your Tinco? I do. You can like different brands, you can like different vacuums. And I also think that one vacuum, like a certain vacuum may work good for me and it may not necessarily work for you. The reason why I wanted this specific vacuum is because we have a lot of carpet in our home. That's pretty standard where we live. That's another question I keep getting asking, like, why'd you put carpet in your home? Number one, my husband really wanted it. Like that was the one thing that he really wanted. But also I only know one family, which is my parents, who do not have carpet throughout their home. Like everyone else, friends, family, like acquaintances, everyone has carpet mainly throughout their home. So he recommended this vacuum. It's a cordless vacuum and it has I think it's called a beater bar, that like hard roller and then a soft roller, which my other Shark vacuum that I have also has like that soft roller. And so the hard roller and then the soft roller, they're both good for different types of flooring. And since I have a lot of hardwood, but then also a lot of carpet, I thought this would be a perfect cordless vacuum because it has both type of rollers. So as soon as I saw him recommend it and put it through various testing, I'm like, ooh, I really, really want that. So I was kind of eyeing it for the past couple of months, got it on sale, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So I think what I'm gonna do is keep my Tinco either down here and then the Shark upstairs, or I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna share it with you guys. I love it. It's unfortunately not as cheap as the Tinco. It is kind of pricey. I got it for, I think, less than $350, which was a really, really good deal. I think it retails for, I don't know, I'll put it right here. I don't know what it retails for, but it is significantly less than a Dyson, and I really, really like it. So I will kind of show it to you guys and show you how it performs.
You say you don't wanna get in trouble, that you're doing fine cause you got me. I don't wanna break your little bubble, but you gotta wake up to reality. Cause I can see in your eyes, your head is full of dreams. Tears are a proof of failure, you just gotta let them flow without judge. There's so many ways to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready. You just gotta trust the right. Don't have to be scary. You just gotta follow.
So I'm going to point out some of the features that I really, really like about it, but I do want to tell you the reason, one of the main reasons why I ended up getting this was because of that Vacuum Wars YouTube channel. And I'm going to link his video down below, the video that kind of made me actually buy the vacuum, but then he also goes into way more detail, like way more detail. He talks about runtime, how much dust and debris that the vacuum picked up on his test. So I will have his video complete review on this vacuum below. So if you guys are interested, you can read a little bit more about it.
Proof of failure, you just gotta let them flow without judge. There's so many ways to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready. You just gotta trust the right. Don't have to be scary. You just gotta follow the light. You're able to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready. You don't have to be. You don't have to be ready. You don't have to be. You are like me, and I'm like you. You are like.
So I don't know if I told you guys, but we are going to be getting our basement finished. We had a couple people come out and give us some quotes, and we picked somebody, and he is going to start in about mid-June. So until then, the kids just get to run down there, ride scooters. Avery's been riding her rollerblades down there, but it's very dusty because it is drywalled, and the girls have to wear shoes down there or slippers because it's just very, very dusty. I have vacuumed, but it's an unfinished basement, so I'm not too concerned about keeping it super clean right now. So I had not vacuumed these stairs going down to the basement since we moved in, so it was time, and it was pretty dusty, especially the stairs like right before the door. When I vacuumed down there, I saw so much dust and particles come up.
There's so many ways to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready. You just gotta trust the right. Don't have to be scary. You just gotta follow the light. You're able to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready.
So one of the main reasons why I got this is that because it has the duo clean head, so it has a soft roller here and then the hard roller here. And so it picks up surface debris effectively on carpet and hard flooring. And since we have a lot of carpet, this is why specifically I went for this vacuum. I've noticed that it picks up like fine particles like dust and like dust bunnies and things like that, but then also does a really good job at picking up like Cheerios or like larger pieces if you had cereal or chunks of food and things like that. So a few other things to note about this vacuum: it has an odor neutralizer. It's like a replacement cartridge. So you just pop that little cartridge in there, and you do have to get new ones, but it kind of gives off a scent. When I was vacuuming, I got kind of like a fresh scent that it was putting out in the air. So it does add a little bit of freshness and a pleasant smell in the air when you're vacuuming. So that's kind of nice. I'll be curious how long it lasts and how quickly I have to buy the new cartridges. I don't think you need it, but it is there. It has LED lights. So if you're vacuuming at night or you want to see where there's food under a table, I like that. There is a HEPA anti-allergen system, and it has really good swivel. So when I was maneuvering around tables and chairs and things like that, it swiveled really, really good. Hi, I'm editing Jamie. I was just editing back, and some of the clips were formatted really weird. So I had talked about this, but it's not in the video because it was formatted really weird. But anyway, something else that I really like about it is it has it's like an eco or an auto mode. So if you're vacuuming, it's just like the basic mode, but then there's also a max mode, and you can kind of hear it. I'll model it for you. But then there's another mode where that's pretty much what I keep it on, is it's on that like eco mode most of the time, but if it detects debris, it like zooms up to that max mode, which is kind of nice. Like I'll be vacuuming, then all of a sudden it goes vroom, and you can tell that there is something that it detected, so it kind of kicks up, which I think is really, really nice for carpet. But something cool that this does is it bends like this. So if you needed to store it, if you needed it to be more compact, you could store it like that. And I would say that's something else that I noticed is a negative. I would say there's only two major negatives that I can think about. One, no upholstery tool. And then the second one is when you're using it upright, like if you're actually vacuuming, it doesn't stand on its own. You know, the not standing on its own is not a deal breaker for me, but it's like when you're vacuuming and then you're like moving the coffee table, then you want to move the coffee table back. It's nice just to be able to stand it. But I know a lot of cordless vacuums don't do that. So that is a downfall. It does not stand on its own. You just have to lay it on the ground. But if you have like a more compact space, it is kind of nice that it can just fold up like that. It has a removable battery. So I've never had a cordless vacuum like this where it has this battery, so I can store this in our closet and then just charge this in the laundry room, and that's what I've been doing. May even get another battery depending on how much it is. Always have one charging. I would say the cons for this, so for the cons, I would say the only thing that I really don't like about it is there was no upholstery tool. Like I really, really wish there was an upholstery tool. It came with this anti-allergen dust brush and then this crevice tool. I think that's what it's called. So, I mean, this is nice to get into like the crevices of my stairs or along baseboards and things like that. But I really, really wish there was an upholstery tool. I guess I could probably go online to see if they have one, maybe contact customer service. But to me, that's kind of a big downfall, but it wasn't enough for me not to buy it, if that makes sense. So just wanted to add that in there. If I go on their website and I find an upholstery tool, I will definitely let you guys know. Like that would be amazing. So I just thought I would share what I was making for dinner. It's a one pot meal. I will have the recipe linked down below. I think the title is like, it's like a healthier, quote unquote, healthier hamburger helper meal. You know, I don't like to cook. I don't. If you guys are new here, I hate to cook. So I'm always looking for more simple recipes, basic simple recipes. And I'm also trying to try out as many recipes as I can because my kids have gotten pretty picky. So trying to sneak some veggies in there. This is a little vegetable chopper that I love because I don't like to cook. So, I mean, even if you like to cook, sometimes you don't like to chop and do all that. So I will have this veggie chopper linked below. But this recipe was pretty simple, one pot meal. It didn't take me long to cook at all. I was making it kind of early because I was waiting for Avery to get off of the bus here soon. And then we were going to go run some errands before we had to get back and eat because she had basketball.